Morning, ladies. Today we're going to do a mat class. That's a class that is a beginner's intermediate. So we're going to start on your hands and knees. So starting on the hands and knees, with the knees wider than your hips, arms are forward to your shoulders, and just taking a moment to sit back. So sitting back for a moment just to feel the lower back. And then slowly rocking forward. And again, so as you're shifting back, you can get a nice stretch through your thoracic spine, so where the brow line is. Get the shoulders back so you feel the stretch. And releasing. And releasing. Now from here, we're going to start to circle around. So circle around 4 times in one direction. So 4 times in one direction. And really take your time so that your bones can move in the skin. That's 4. And then changing the direction, going around the other way, breathing in. Just feeling the sides opening, so feel where there's space, where there's movement. And then coming back to center to pause. Now coming down onto the elbows, palms are facing up. Again, just shifting backwards. So these are just options that you can do. I'm just giving you a second option. So when you do classes, you can decide where you want to be. And then slowly start to circle around as well. So this becomes more shoulder girdle, so more the shoulder joints. And then changing that direction. And you can shift from side to side as well. And then coming back onto the hands. Now again, if you cannot be on the hands, be on the elbow, and then you're going to reach the one arm, and then exhale to spiral through. So that's for some of you that can't be on the wrist. If you can be on the wrist, you're going to hold it, legs are wide, take the one arm up, and then spiraling through. Take it to where you feel comfortable. Try not to force the arm behind your chest. Take it to where you feel comfortable. And you do 8 on each side. That's 4. Now there's 4 to go. One more. And then coming back to change sides. So breathing in. Inhale up. Exhale through. Good, we got 4 more. 3. And 2. Last one there to breathe in, breathing out, and then coming back to pause. Now again, to come to sitting with your legs in a straight line, and just allowing your feet to be relaxed. Have your hands just placed to the back or just onto the side. Shake them a little bit so you get some movement to the skin. And then just roll them in and out. So there's some nice movement through the joints as well. And then from there we want to flex the feet. Feel like the thigh bone, the kneecaps are getting pulled up. And then pointing. Just to get that movement through your ankle joints as well. And then start to circle the feet around. Changing the direction. And then moving it from side to side as well. Good. So there we're going to work you on your back. So come to lie down. We're going to start. Just make sure you're comfortable with something under your head. And just placing the feet in a wider position. So you want it as wide as your shoulders, not sit bone distance. We want movement through the back. Hands are placed to the side. And just a little bit of rocking. Very small. Start off small. And allow the head to roll slowly from side to side. And then as you start increasing the range of motion, you're going to notice how one knee is turning more in compared to the other side. So allow the outside knee to turn more in, keeping the other knee up more or less. And just continue this for a little longer. And then coming back to pause that, bringing the feet more or less in line with sit bones now. Now I'm going to go back through the warm-up of the hips. So we really are sitting a lot, so we need some movement through the hips. So we're going to start with your right leg lifted to tabletop. From the knee to the hip, that's one line circling on the ceiling. So you're going to circle it for 8, 7, keeping the opposite hip very still. And then changing that direction for 8. And then 8. Now the same leg, you're going to extend it if you're comfortable with this, and do the same thing. Just drawing that circle on the ceiling. If you want more of a challenge, you can lift your arms up. The core just suddenly switches on. Changing direction. There's a lot of clicking going on in the hip. Just bend the knee back to tabletop. So just listen to what the body's telling you. And then coming back to place. So you can bring the other leg up, tabletop first, and then we're circling. And then 8, and then changing that direction. And then coming back, extending the leg this time, and then circling it. That's 8, and then changing that direction. And then 8 to come back to place the leg. Now with the hands in a low V, feet again in a wide position, pelvis is soft, and then softening the lower back, gliding your lower back, and then lifting from the pelvis, holding it there, and then softly coming down. So notice with the legs wide that there's movement in the thigh bones. The thigh bones are moving out, so the legs will spread. And then as you start softening from the diaphragm, the ligaments of your diaphragm and your psoas, if you like, where the diaphragm is attached. Okay, so scooping. Now we're holding it here. Here we're going to drop the one hip. So we're going to let go of the right glute, let the hip drop, and then come back and let the other side drop. So we're just basically dropping from side to side, playing around with the pelvis. And then coming back. This time we're going to shift from side to side. So just shifting from side to side. So we're loosening up through the lower back. So keep the pelvis pretty level for this next one. This one, side shift. So just shifting from side to side, coming back, and then releasing. Yeah, we can Allow the knees to rock again side to side. You feel there's a difference in the body as we start moving on. And then we're going to repeat that. So again, just planting the feet, placing the feet, making sure the big toes are grounded, heels softening through the diaphragm as you're coming up. And again, starting with the other side. And what's nice about this movement, you can eventually bring the arms up and play around with the upper body as well. So the upper body starts to twist one side, the pelvis starts to twist the other side. But if you still feel unsure, just allowing the pelvis to drop from side to side. Then we stop, pause, and then we shift again from side to side. Just shifting side to side. Now shift it to the left and come down that side. Come up, shift it to the right, and then come down that side. Shift it to the left, and then down. Shift it right, and then coming down. Then come back to the center, and then soften to the diaphragm to come down. Good, so then we're going to stretch the legs out. You can have the legs open. Here we're going to take the arms up over the head, grabbing hold of your left wrist. So grab hold of your left wrist. Take your left leg across to the right side. So with the side, you've now created a little side arch. So start to glide your upper body over towards your right side. So you're pulling your left arm away and you're reaching your left leg away. So the one leg is going to be longer than the other. But try and keep the hips down, so try to keep them grounded, as well as your shoulders. And then coming back, changing the grip, slide the right leg across, grab the right wrist, and side arch to the left side. And then coming back. You can do that one more each side, and then going to the side. And across. And coming back to circle the arms around. Now bring the legs back to an open position. Is going to put up the shoulders. So you're going to glide your shoulders to your ears. Glide them down and spiral the palms up. So feel the space in the shoulders. Spread your fingers as well. And again, so palms are soft and palms are spreading. Just watch that your ribs don't pop out. And then as you spiral, work the arms all the way. Keep stretching the fingertips. Take it up, and then come up and over. So again, you gliding the shoulders away, arms away, spiral the palms, and keep reaching those arms away. And then you bring the shoulders into the sockets to come back. And again, so gliding down, and then opening up wide. And then slowly coming back down. Now I'm going to take it the other way. So glide down, and then reach over the head. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Turn the palms down, glide down and open. And then we're going to come back to pause that. Now with one arm over the head. So you take your right arm over the head, keeping the shoulders down. And then as you reach the right arm up and the left arm down, it's like you're going to look down towards your heel. So look down towards your heel. And then come back. And again, so reach down to look down towards the heel. And then release it. Do two more. And one more. And then coming back to change sides. Now remember, some of us, the shoulders are really bad, so you'd have to play with it. You could have your hands on your chest and then side bend. That's also an option. Okay, sometimes our shoulders are not liking these movements anymore. And then coming back. And again, so side stretching. then come back to place the legs. Place the arms. So now we're going to turn over onto the side. You're going to work with your legs at tabletop. The arm's going to rest, or you just have your hand under your ear. Doesn't matter. But place the towel so that you feel comfortable. You want your shoulders in line, you want your knees in line with each other, and hips are stacking with each other. So from there, you're going to lift the knee, the top knee. You're going to flex the foot, and then from the sit bone, you want to feel like you're pushing away from your sitting bone. So the hamstrings engaging with a bit of that glute there. And then coming back. So keep pushing through the heel, flex and then point. And then 8 to stay. So now everything's tightened up there. Now we're going to work on that top thigh. So we're going to lift and lower. Keep the tummy engaged. We're going to do 3 sets of 8 here. Last 8. Hold it there. Now point the toe, bend the knee to tabletop, extend the leg, and then bicycle it away. Watch it be not curling into the body. Keep the space, lengthen, and then reaching. Work within the range of motion that your body can manage. Seven. And then 8. Now we're going to change the direction. So we're scooping it forward, bending the knee to extend it back. Just watching the waistline so that you're not shorting at the bottom and the top. Keep it really small if you can't get that big range. Last one for 8. Reach and then come back to pause. Here we can go into a side stretch, just opening up and then moving over to the other side. So we're coming back onto the side, get everything organized, so get your bones organized, get the hips stacked, the knees stacked, your arms in front of you, your shoulders are in alignment, and feeling that space. And then we're going to lift the top leg up. We're going to hold it here. Just pausing it for a moment. And then flex the foot to reach the leg away. So you feel the back line. So the heel is in line with your sitting bone. Always looking straight ahead. So try not to look down. So the neck is not looking down towards your knees. 7. And then 8 to pause it here. Now from here we're going to do little pulses up. Make sure the toes are facing forwards, not turned up. Facing forwards. We're doing 3 sets of 8 here. Then we're going to bicycle. So we point and we flex back. Inhale forward, exhale to reach. And we go 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Now we're going to change that direction. So scooping forward, 2, 3, 4, and we go 5 and 6, 7, and that's 8, and then coming back to rest that. And then again you can go into a side stretch, and then we're going to come onto the hands and knees. Now again, you can't be on the hands, you can be on the elbows. So let me demonstrate the elbow position first. So shoulders are down. You're going to slide one leg out and then reach to the opposite arm. You can lift the arm, but your shoulders is not really going to work for your shoulders. So just slide the arm out and then lift the leg. And then you're coming back down. Okay, if you're on your hands, you're going to stay there. The knees are going to be in line with your hips. Slide your left leg out, keep the hips square, and then reach for the right arm. Try to keep that pelvis really still. Imagine you can balance a tray on top of your pelvis. And last one, and then coming down to pause. Now we come down onto the elbows again. So shoulders are down, knees are going to be together here, shoulders are down. Now sliding your left leg out and lifting, holding it there, and then coming back down. Five, 7, 8. Now this time we're going to keep the leg lifted, hold it there, and pulse it up. 8 more, 2 more sets, so we do 3 sets altogether. Keeping that abdominal drawn in. Now hold it there and tap. 1, and then lift. 2, 3. This can be done on your tummy as well. And we go 5 and 6 and 7 and last one for 8. To come back and then place the leg. You can shift back slightly and then come back into your neutral position. So you got the shoulders down, right leg steps out. You stay up, you're going to hold it and pulse. 8, 2 more sets, so 3 sets of 8. Now we're going to toe tap out, so 1 and 2, you can make it really small, 3 and 5 and 7 and last one 8, and then coming back down to open the knees to stretch it out. Now we're going to move into your half roll back, so coming into seated, coming to sitting, placing the feet as wide as your shoulders, hands are going to be placed onto the shin bones. So you want to pull yourself up so that your thoracic spine is connected, so you feel there's something going on there. Now without losing that extension, you're going to lift your arms. You're going to breathe in to roll back, rolling through the pelvis. Exhale to scoop over, so creating a C curve. Gliding the shoulders down. Breathing in. Now this time we're going to add on a twist. So breathing in, reach, and scoop up. And again, breathing in. This time you're coming right up onto the sit bones. You're sitting up, you're rolling back. Good, we go 4 and 3 last one, and then coming back. Now let's hold the back of the knees, elbows are out, roll through the lower back, and then go all the way down. Now, if you can't come up the same way, you're just going to lift the chest up. So try not even try it if you've got a very tight back. So you're going to breathe into your chin, coming forward. So you're just modifying it. So breathing in, woo. Okay, so that's really tough. Breathing and then pause. Now bring the feet in line with your sitting bones, about sit bone distance. Arms are grounded, you've got your shoulders wide. You're going to bring your pelvis up in a neutral. So breathing out as you come up. So exhaling to pause. And then lift and lower the heels up and down. Now keep the heels lifted, and we're going to lift and low one leg at a time. Just focusing on the hips there. 8 to come back, and then low lift again. 5, 7, lift and hold, and we repeat it. Keep the heels lifted. Hello, and then pause it, hold it, and then slowly releasing. Hello, puppy, perfect, and holding it there. Right, so again, we keep the heel toes up this time, and then lift and hold it there. Now this time we're going to walk the heels forward and back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming to pause, and then coming down to release that. Now with the arms open, knees together, feet together, we're going to allow the knees to move to one side, feet are stacked on each other, and looking opposite to the knees. Push the bottom knee against your top knee. And so breathing in. Pushing, squeezing the inner thighs together when you're coming back. So push that bottom knee. And then 8 to come back. Now with the hands behind the back of the head, interlaced fingers, heels are closer, shoulders are down. What we're going to do is do a little scoop through the lower back and lifting your chest. So we're going to scoop and lift. And then releasing. Scooping and lifting. Look at the pelvis, make sure they're level. And if you don't feel comfortable like this, you just bring the one part of the body up. And now we're going to extend the one leg. Lower. Keep the knees together. Coming back to pause, and then opening up the knees all the way. So allowing your knees just to relax, balls of the feet together, and just taking a moment just to feel like your knees are traveling, your hips are traveling away from you. So there's the spiral going on in the thigh, but it's also trying to get the thigh bone to spiral away from your hip. So just you can assist it, you can try and feel like you can lengthen out your hips there. And then slowly coming up. Now we're going to turn over onto the tummies. So this here we're going to either work with the towel under your forehead, hands up at your shoulders, shoulders are back, legs are wide. Okay, so then we're going to start with the shoulders gliding down, hovering your nose, breathing in to lift. And you can take it as high as you feel comfortable and lengthen through the crown of the head as you're coming down. And then so breathing in to open and exhale to lengthen. Now we're going to add on to that. So as we come up, we breathe in to open, we exhale to pull back. 4, 3, 2, last one there, 1. Now bring the arms forward so the thumbs are facing up, baby fingers are facing down, and the feet are wide. Now we're going to go into your swimming prep. So we're going to lift the left leg and the right arm as we lift the chest. And then lengthen down. Alternating it. 4 to go, and then 4, 3, 2, last one, 1. Now bring the hands back, sit back, and then give the lower back a good stretch. So just opening up to the lower back. Coming up onto the hands and knees for your cat. So again, the knees can be wider than your hips. Arms can be as wide as your collarbones, as your shoulders. Then starting with the pelvis, we're going to start from the diaphragm. So you're softening through everything. So curl, shifting the weight back, breathing in. And exhale to come out of it, to lengthen. Now remember, if you can't be on your hands, you can do the same thing on your elbows. So breathing in, shifting the weight back. And then exhale to come back. Okay, so again, so breathing in to curl. And exhale. 3 more. For 2. 1 more, breathing in. And exhale. Left hand over to the right hand, breathing in. And 3. Last one, 4. Changing sides, so 3 on the other side, breathing in. You can do 3 or 4 on each side. Last time. And then coming back to center, open the knees, spiral open. And you'll notice your range of motion is a lot different now. 3 more. We're ending it. 2. Last one. And then coming back, opening up. For 2. 3. Last one for 4. Exhaling down. And then coming back onto the hands. Bringing the knees together. Remember, you can work on your elbows as well. So we step the right leg out. Then take it across and over to the left side and look around your left shoulder to look at your heel. So you're reaching that heel away. Coming back. Step the left one out. Step it across and look around towards the heel. And then coming back. Right leg. Step it across and then look around. And last time to step and step around. And then coming back to pause. Right, so then from there, you can sit onto your sitting bones, having the legs turned out, feet turned out, knees are open. And then do a little spiral to your one side. So breathing into spiral, breathing out, breathing in. Last one, and then coming back to pause it there. Okay, so that was a 35-minute class. I'm getting better at this. So we're going to, so go and enjoy this class. And remember just to work within your range of motion. Look after yourself, take care, and be kind to yourself.